Yo, what's up, Money Grubs? This is the Stock Roach coming at you on January 2nd, 2020 to say stock-a-doodle-doo to the new year. I'm here to give you some money advice, talk about how to invest your investments. Let me clean up my desktop real quick, get that out of the way. Um, so I was just thinking, it's a new year, it's a time of new beginnings. We got New Year's Eve, and then they put New Year's Day right next to it, which is cool. We got the Lunar New Year. We got the Martin Luther King New Year. We got all kinds of new stuff has happening. So I thought this is a good time for me. I've made so much money in my career, and I thought it's time for me now to give something back. So the Stock Roach. I'm basically created this channel to like teach you how you can be successful like me, get a little coin on your back, maybe if you're lucky, do some thought bubbles, make some money in general. So let's see what's on the agenda for episode um sorry. Let's see what's on the episode today for episode number 1. We got Stock Roach F1. That's right, that's me. Episode 1. So the two things on the agenda today. Number 1, Happy New Year. Stock-a-doodle-doo. Think I already covered that one. And number 2 is probably the main subject regarding investments and making money, getting money, etc., and vice versa, which is cash money introduction. So let's go ahead to what is cash. Now, this is a question I give a lot of investing advices into my friends. They ask me how to do it. So one of the questions that I get pretty often is, what is cash? Because maybe you think you know, but do you know the definition? Now, the definition of cash is actually 3 questions that you can ask. Can you hold it? Can you fold it? And can you spend it? And now some people are like, hey man, in my country, we use coins or whatever. And like, that's fine. That's your country. But so for the United States cash definition, it's hold it, fold it, spend it. If you're like a coin country, maybe it's, hold it, roll it, spend it, which maybe in your language that sounds great. But in English, fold it rhymes with hold it. And I just love that. It's so good. So that's what cash is. The other question, a lot of my colleagues, I'm a little old for friends now, but what my colleagues ask me is, what are the pros and cons of cash? And when you break it down, what the pros and cons are is they are the advantages and the disadvantage. And they're both of them. It's both of these two categories. So what are those two categories? Basically, well, let's write down some ideas. So the advantage is of cash. Well, number 1, obviously, is that you can take it anywhere that you want to go. Another advantage of cash is that you can put it anywhere that you want to go. Like, for example, pocket, hand is popular, desk. Kind of old school, but you could do the mattress thing. I don't personally do the mattress thing. It's more like, maybe my grandparents' generation or my parents' generation or something. But I'm a big fan of pocket, desk. Between books is popular also. One of the then one of is the main thing is security. The security of a dollar bill is not as good as it used to be because I didn't know about this until somebody told me about it. So a lot of people don't know about this. But if a criminal looks at the number on the dollar bill, they can memorize it. And if you memorize the number, you can actually go to the bank and you can get a new dollar bill printed of that number as a replacement, which makes the original dollar bill invalid. So if you put it in for example, a vending machine or a cash register, it spits it right back out. This is a very big problem when you're dealing with the security of a cash dollar, as opposed to what you could call a digital online banking figure. But I have a technique for protecting my dollar bills, which is basically to take a dollar bill. So I can't, I obviously can't put a dollar bill on the screen, so I'm going to get an image. I'm going to get an image of a dollar bill. Dollar bill images. And for example, a both sides dollar I could take. So if you open the image and you copy the image and then you paste the it's a little large, as you can see, but the part that we need only, I'll make it a little bigger. The part that we need is the number here. So this is the security breach, and technically what you need to do is you cover that up. Now, I'm going to be doing it digitally here, for example, but properly what you want to do is you would want to use a permanent marker. I recommend permanent rather than digital. In this case, I think digital is, and then I can draw on this one too. So digital is not as good. This is just for the purposes of the presentation. I definitely recommend doing permanent. Now the problem with permanent marker is that then you can't see the number, and if you yourself ever need to reprint a dollar bill, for example, at a bank for security reasons, you will not have access to that number. So what I always do is I write it down in a different place. Like I always write it here on Microsoft Word. Some people use the blue and white version of Microsoft Word. I always use the yellow version because it's right here. It's easy to access. You just click on it, which is, it's other versions, it's different steps. But I always keep a list of the numbers. There we go. Yeah, all my dollar bill numbers, so that I have them listed out. But like obviously, I shouldn't show any of these to you. So I'm okay. Sorry. So obviously, okay. So what you're seeing now, I didn't mean to delete them, but now, as you can see, I have my hand over the screen, so it's covering them up, so I'm not going to show them to anybody who's watching. So if you see a hand on the screen, don't worry, it's not like a virus, it's just, it's my hand covering up the screen. And yeah, so I record all of my numbers. Now that we've seen this, I'm going to X the numbers, and we're fine. So it's not as hard as you think to, first of all, undo the delete after you delete a number, which is a good thing, and to stay safe. So let's look at our agenda. What we have. So the conclusion. You can click to add text. You can conclude in your own way. For example, for me, the conclusion. It's first of all, definition of cash is part of it, and then security of cash was a big thing today. Undoing the delete if it becomes a problem for you personally, and I would say first of all and last of all, use permanent, not digital. And I think if I could leave you with one last little thing, it's Stack-a-doodle-doo! All right, so yeah, what's up? I'm the Stock Roach. I'm gonna be doing this every week for a couple years. Yes, stick around, like and subscribe. Let me know if you have comments, if you have opinions, if you disagree with me, if you want to debate. Like that's fine. I don't like swears on my page, so try to keep it less. Keep the swears out. But anyway, yeah, that's it. Stock-a-doodle-doo.